Thank you for joining me. I'm Cynthia, spiritualist who works at the in-depth level of the soul. I am talking about head and neck cancer support groups, networks, and advocacy groups. If you are a patient, a survivor, or a caregiver, this is going to be very helpful to you. Before we get started, please like, subscribe, and share my channel with others, as it is the only means of advertisement that I have. I'm not monetized, and I am not backed by any literary agency or publishing house. Everything that I do, I fund myself. So algorithms will be very helpful if you can find it in your heart to do this for me. I am the author of Medical Malpractice, The Uncharted Journey. And in this book, I have a section dedicated to cancer support groups and organizations that do absolutely nothing for the head and neck cancer patient. Now, when I was diagnosed with a secondary illness, not long after coming through the cancer surgery, I found out that it was brought on through the radiation that had been administered into my jaw that caused rapid tooth decay and infection, and none of what I needed on a medical level was covered by insurance. Not a penny of it, because it was considered dental, even though I had been medically treated with radiation. So I immediately sought answers. I was looking for help. I went to the top of the very top. And every time I was led to a network of other survivors, a network of cancer specialists who seem to know all about the plight of the patient. Yet I come to find out none of them were legit. And I was 100% on my own. And with every support group I attended, I felt such a low vibe energy, because it was all about being the victim. It was all about how terrible things were and how it wasn't going to get any better, and that after you lost your teeth, you just had to face the fact that you would be on a liquid diet the rest of your life. You would go without your teeth. You would live as a shut-in because of your disability with speech and your inability to really socialize without drawing a lot of negative attention to yourself. And these groups were so depressing, and it was not what I envisioned for myself, because when I came through the cancer, I fought that disease because I intended to live through it and go out and have a productive life. But I soon found out that was not appropriate for me to do because I was not in a category to where I could afford thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of treatment. So I set out to do it on my own. I let go of all of the stigmatas and all of the negativity. I didn't try to convince anyone to see it my way. I sought help on my own. I persevered until I got it. And when I did, it was almost too late. I truly was at death's door. And I had two choices. It was either to die or to cut my losses, have a full oral extraction, lose all my teeth, and start all over again with all of the infection out of my body. So when I finally arrived at that point, naturally, I wanted to help other people, and I sought out a number of support groups, and I was amazed that after a 20-year trek, it was the same story of being encouraged to remain in victimhood. And I ran across, on my first day, 5 people that I knew had the same disease that I had, osteoradionecrosis. I could tell by the way they were explaining their symptoms and what was happening in their mouths with the rapid tooth decay. And the fact that they had sores, they had abscesses, their teeth were just falling out of their head. And in some cases, they had lost most of them and the rest were breaking off. And I knew that with that comes bone rot and, of course, infection if it's left untreated. So I shared the knowledge that I had, and it was promptly taken down. I was not to share that knowledge under any circumstances. Why is that? Because of the agenda. And that agenda is this: adjust. Adjust to your new way of life. Go on a liquid diet. Face it. Go into a support group. Commiserate with those who are going through the same thing. That is encouraging victimhood. And victimhood always comes when you submit to falling under the control of those with a lot of power who are telling you that they know what is best for your life and your physical body, because a great deal of money is involved. And insurance does not want to make the payoff to treat these patients. This is the largest neglected group of people that you will find in the spectrum of cancer. It is unethical, and it is actually criminal what has happened. Always remember that energy, the energy that you have to sit and watch this video or to do any other task, to sit in some support group, is energy that is your vital life force. Use your energy wisely. If you are in any kind of support group that is low vibe, that is not offering valid solutions on how you can heal and get the adequate treatment that you need. Treatment, real treatment. Not supplements, not mouthwashes, not liquid diets, not oil pulling, but treatment for bone disease, for infection. That right there is unethical if you are not being told the truth, and if the truth is being censored. Always remember that the more ignorant you remain, the more power and control someone else is going to have over you. They will ultimately make your decisions, and I can guarantee you they will not be the decisions that you would have made for yourself. I wish you much love and many blessings.